The best way I can describe life before anorexia was carefree, unscripted. I never thought about what life would be tomorrow, but only what life was like today. The whole thing started with an innocent cookbook that my mom brought home from a trip to visit the lake with her girlfriends. The back of it had an appendix with the detailed calorie counts of every food imaginable, and somehow it flipped a switch for me, and I began this process of if I could be the most diligent, the most perfect about the way that I ate, the good foods, the bad foods, and then it became the most diligent exerciser, and then it became the thinnest person until it was just out of control. Dealing with an eating disorder felt like being on fire from the inside out. It was anxiety, it was pressure, it felt like I was going to explode. I even once described it as rabid birds in my head. I couldn't stop the chaos. I couldn't stop the thinking, the roiling numbers, the planning my next workout or trying to fix my last mistake. It was like living in hell. Ironically, the turning point for me was discovering my husband's addiction to pornography and actually even beginning to see my struggle with an eating disorder as an addiction and seeing the similarities and the necessity of God's grace and mercy and the way that that had been shown to me through my own family. And as I learned to extend that to him, I was also able to internalize it on a new level and begin to experience healing for my own pain. It's amazing what God can redeem and what He has brought out of the pain and the anxiety of the eating disorder. And today I'm able to use what I learned there, what I grew through, to help extend life and grace and mercy to others and hopefully help them to experience the true life that Christ has for all of us. I recently published my first book, and it is the story of my redemption from anorexia. And I also serve as a mentor for others with eating disorders. In 2008, I discovered Finding Balance just through a Google search, and I became obsessed with the relevance of the videos and how they seemed to address every question that I had ever asked, and I stayed on the site for hours that day. I felt understood and not alone. Since then, God has opened the door for me to become an editor for the Finding Balance blog. It's just another way that God is redeeming my story. My name is Abby Kelly, and I am Finding Balance.